I'll tell you what's going on at Ford Field right now is just not a good scene.
You are Locked On Lions, your daily Detroit Lions podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Welcome in. Locked On Lions, Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Matt Dery with you on the #1 sports podcast network, the Locked On Podcast Network, on this Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, November 27th, into Friday, November the 28th. Lions, a loser today. They get swept by the Green Bay Packers. Packers win 31-24 at Ford Field today. The entire key, the biggest deal today was simple. The Lions could not convert on fourth down. They couldn't convert on fourth down last Sunday. Couldn't do it again today, 0 for 2. Packers convert on 3 fourth downs, including the game clincher on a Jordan Love pass to Dontarian Wicks. And the Lions have now been swept by the Packers. They dropped to 7-5. And as Dan Campbell said after the game, they've dug themselves a hole. Welcome in. Thanks for making us your first listen and checking us out wherever you get your podcasts. Again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope you and yours have had a great holiday, despite what happened with the Lions. But we're going to do a show, as always, the Locked On Lions for tonight, brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5. And if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Shout out to our everydayers that are out there that watch it on our Locked On Lions YouTube channel or listen to the show daily. We appreciate all of you. We'll hand out some game balls at the end of the show. We'll talk about Green Bay a little bit because you got to tip your cap to the Packers for how they played. I don't know why I'm wearing green, but I am. This is my Thanksgiving outfit for this evening. The fourth down problems existing. I'll touch on Frank Ragnow coming back, although I think it might be too late. But the Lions are in some deep water, and they have dug themselves a hole. And they just have been making too many mistakes. All right? They're 7-5, and they're staring up in the standings at the Bears, who play tomorrow against the Eagles, and at the Packers now, who, with the way Green Bay is playing, Green Bay thinks they can win this division. They got 2 games with Chicago. And the Lions just aren't playing good football. And they're making way too many errors, penalties, dropped passes. They can't protect their quarterback. Today, they couldn't run the ball very well. I told you all week, I knew what the Packers and their defense were going to do. They were going to try to take away Jahmyr Gibbs. And to be quite honest with you, they did. Jahmyr today, 20 carries for 68 yards and 3 catches for 18 yards. Gibbs had over 260 scrimmage yards last Sunday against the Giants. Today, he was held to 86 total yards. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown got hurt. And look, not having St. Brown, not having Glasgow, not having Brock Wright, not having Kerby Joseph, I get it, all right? Injuries are biting this team right now, but I don't want to hear it as an excuse. I don't. Other teams don't have players too. And the Lions are supposed to have depth. Some of that was not addressed this offseason by the general manager. And guys that have been paid big money today were no-shows. Aidan Hutchinson. Oh, Hutch has got his own clothing line. How about getting to the quarterback, bro? Alim McNeill got a fat extension a couple years ago. 0 tackles. But they got him playing edge rusher. He can't get to the quarterback from the edge. No offense. Oh, but Marcus Davenport's back today. Sweet. How's that opposite edge rusher working out on the other side of Hutchinson? It's all bad. Jordan Love, second straight game. Go back to week 1 and watch today. He's carving up the Lions. I'm not going to say carved them up like a Thanksgiving turkey. No, I don't do that. That's cliche and cheesy. That's some Gus Johnson-ish. I don't do that. If you're a Lions fan, you should be disappointed and angry. You can hear it in my voice. I don't know what they're doing. It's not good. And they were in this game again and again, down by 10. Dan Campbell doesn't take the points to make it a one-score game. Not that the defense was stopping Green Bay, to be quite honest with you. But then on the fourth down, Goff rolls out, throws it behind J-Mo. J-Mo drops it anyway. Probably should have caught it, but should have been a better ball. And Jameson Williams had a really good game today in the absence of Amon-Ra St. Brown, which was nice to see. I told you earlier in the week he was going to have a good game. I had a feeling he could flex against Green Bay. But gosh, man, like their second best weapon today was Tom Kennedy, who I didn't even know was playing yesterday. TK85. He did okay today. He was returning some kicks. He was making some catches. Tesla had a touchdown today. Jared Goff in the first quarter was atrocious, then got better as the game wore on, but the defense couldn't get any stops. And now you look up and you see that this football team is 7-5. Guess who's coming to dinner next Thursday? Dallas, and they're playing well all of a sudden. Now, are the Cowboys some great shakes? No. They beat the Chiefs today. It's a good win for them, but George Pickens is a monster. CeeDee Lamb is damn good. Lions can't even stop Dontarian Wicks and Romeo Doubs. What makes you think they're going to stop George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb and the Cavender husband, tight end, Ferguson? Which Cavender sister is he married to? I don't know. All you pop culture fanatics can hit me up, all you TikTokers. But the Lions, if the Lions lose this Thursday, it's over. It would take a miracle for this team to get in, because now you'd have Dallas ahead of them in the standings and with the tiebreaker. I was surprised today. I knew Green Bay would play well. All right. But that was a masterclass by Matt LaFleur. Fourth down, he was Dan Campbell today. Peter Bukowski from Locked On Packers and I were texting. LaFleur's like, screw the field goals. We're going. Then at the end of the game, up 7. Fourth down, you punt the football. No, he goes. And Wicks high points a ball, makes the catch. Game over. That was some Dan Campbell-like stones by Matt LaFleur. Wicks today, 6 catches, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns. Every time the Packers seem to get in the red zone, they converted. Meantime, the Lions are running wildcat passes with Montgomery throwing to Ross Dwelly. Last 2 weeks, man, that play calling by Dan Campbell, last 3 weeks. And, the Lions need to get their ducks in a row. The season is not over. There's too much talent here, but they just are not executing. And you want to say it starts with the offensive line? Frank Ragnow is coming back. Happy Thanksgiving. A miracle took place yesterday when the Lions posted on their Twitter feed a picture of Frank running out of the tunnel. It's like, wait, what? He's coming back. I don't know if he'll be ready or not for Thursday against Dallas. Maybe the next week against the Rams. I don't know. But it might be too late, because you're down now to 5 games left. You're 7-5, and you got to start winning football games, because the Bears keep winning. The Packers keep winning. Teams ahead of you in the wild card standings, Seattle, San Francisco, they all keep winning. And we knew the Lions' schedule was going to be difficult, and we knew the division was going to be hard. But you can't watch these games and watch this team. You can't tell me they're playing well. They're not. Drop passes, lateral from Montgomery back to Goff. He's got J-Mo down the field. Jared drops the ball. Fumble at the goal line by the Packers. Lions don't recover the ball. Pass interference. Lee McNeill DJ Reader jumps off sides on 3rd and 4 when they get a stop. Free first down. It's not good. I'm surprised. I really thought they'd win today. I thought they would clean. Campbell keeps saying, and I love Dan Campbell, and I have faith in Dan Campbell. But he keeps saying, we have stuff to clean up. At what point is it clean? You know, a couple of spritzes of Windex ain't just going to do it. They need a deep clean, or this season is in big trouble, and they've got to win Thursday. I said last week they had to win today. Well, they didn't. But next week, if Dallas comes in and starts dunking on them, we're going to be talking about the offseason. And I know Frank Ragnow coming back would be a huge addition for this team. Tristan Colon played center today. It was what I expected, average. First play of the game, steps on Goff's foot. But Tristan Colon was a free agent that nobody wanted before the season. So I want to watch more of the film. I know the Ratledge, they allowed Micah Parsons to go right around. Micah Parsons had 2.5 sacks today, and that's all Burkhardt and Brady were talking about. Micah Parsons. No one was talking about Aidan Hutchinson because you didn't even know he was out there. He was fine against the run. But some of these guys that they gave contracts to, and they gave an extension to J-Mo. He showed up today. But the rest have got to do better. Got to tip my cap to the Packers. We'll talk about the fourth down situations and much, much more here on a Thursday Thanksgiving edition of Locked On Lions on the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 sports podcast network. And Locked On Lions for today, brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. You know I love FanDuel, right? And FanDuel is the home for gambling on basketball and the NBA. And it's back. And there's no better place to get in on the action than at FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you miss the start of a game or you want to ride the hot hand during the game, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. It keeps every game exciting, especially when your team is making that late push. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. So head to FanDuel.com to sign up and play your game with FanDuel. Hey, Pistons are playing so well right now. You want to get in on the action? You can at FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. I Locked On Lions Thanksgiving Day edition. Lions have now lost 8 of their last 9 Thanksgiving Day games. Dan Campbell is 1-4 on Thanksgiving. Lions fall to the Packers 31-24. Jordan Love carves them up again. Jordan Love 2 years ago on Thanksgiving lit up the Lions. Week 1, he lit up the Lions. Today, Detroit had 0 sacks. Love went 18 out of 30 for 234, 4 touchdowns, a passer rating of 124.2. The run game was good for Green Bay today. They outgained the Lions on the ground 125-119. That included an 83-yard performance today from Josh Jacobs, who averaged 5 a carry. Wicks, 6 catches for 94 yards, 2 touchdowns. Christian Watson had the touchdown on the deep ball on Amik Robertson. You know there's no bigger Amik Robertson fan than me, but a lot of jaw-jacking and trash-talking today, but the defense was abysmal. Romeo Doubs had a touchdown today. Lions, couldn't get a turnover. No fumble recoveries, no interceptions. They miss Kerby Joseph in a big way. They're just not the same defense without him. Goff today, 20 out of 26, 256, 2 touchdowns, sacked 3 times, passer rating of 132.9. He was the least of their problems today. Although that ball on the fourth down to J-Mo was behind him. J-Mo today, 7 catches, 144 yards and a touchdown. He was really good today. Tom Kennedy, TK85. Shout out to Nate Litke. He loves him. He loves him some Tom Kennedy. 4 catches for 36 yards. A shout out to Rob Diddy, Robert Banker, Gaines Media as well. Robert, thinking about you, buddy. He's one of our everydayers as well. Amon-Ra St. Brown injured his ankle first quarter. Dan Campbell said after the game, it's likely a 1 to 2 week injury. So, yes, the injuries are piling up. Yes, guys are out today. Like I said, you were down to Ross Dwelly, Zach Horton, the pride of Indiana, and Anthony Ferkser caught a ball today. Not having Laporta, not having Amon-Ra, it hurts. But you know what else? Drop passes. Gibbs had a drop today. J-Mo had a drop today. Montgomery, great series for the touchdown on the Wildcat. Then, doesn't touch the ball again. 4th downs today. Lions go 0 for 2. And Dan Campbell said it after the game. Lions go 0 for 2 on 4th downs today. Packers go 3 for 3. That really kind of was the difference in the game. And the reason why the Lions struggled last Sunday against the Giants and had to go to overtime just to beat a 2-win Jameis Winston-led team was because they couldn't convert on 4th down. And would they go 0 for was it the Philly? I mean, it's the Philly game was the 4th down issues. It's been rough. 4th downs have been rough all year. 3rd down and longs have been rough all year. And today, yes, the Lions offense woke up, put up 24 points. There were some good plays today out there. But now the defense today just couldn't get off the field. And they could not pressure Love at all. And you give a good quarterback time, a guy that you might think's overrated. Man, Jordan Love's not that good. When Jordan Love is pressured, he throws picks. But today was not pressured at all. And the Lions got DJ Reed was back today. And Terrion Arnold was back today. But it was not good enough. And when you can't get off the field and you can't get stops, Lions got a stop in the 4th quarter on defense. It was when Terrion Arnold or Amik Robertson, somebody grabbed Christian Watson's arm and they didn't call it. The officiating today was an atrocity. That Ron Torbert or Tolbert's crew or whatever was atrocious. 4th and goal or 4th and short, 4th and 3 from the 4 for Green Bay. False start would have pushed them back in probably a field goal situation. Matt LaFleur sees his right guard jump early and a false start, turns to the official on the sideline and calls timeout, and the side judge runs in and says, nope, timeout was called before the false start. What a bunch of BS. How does replay assistant or anything not step in and go, no, that's a 5-yard penalty? The next play, Love throws a touchdown pass to Wicks. Officiating was bad both ways today. Lions got away with that hold on Watson's arm, which was a big play in the game. That touchdown that should not have been early in the game, but that's a joke. And I'm sorry. It's Thanksgiving Day. You've got 2 heavyweight teams, although the Lions don't look like a heavyweight right now, but you got 2 really good teams. And that crew today was buns. Really was. Now, I do want to do this. All right. Like I said, Matt LaFleur did a great job today. And for all the talk about the Packers looking a little bit sluggish and sloppy and Packer fans not seeing what they want to see, this team now has won 3 in a row, took care of the Giants, took care of the Vikings, and today went into Ford Field and really established themselves, really played the kind of game that LaFleur had said all week they were going to play. They were aggressive. They ran the football. Love had time to throw. His playmakers made plays. The deep ball to Christian Watson for a touchdown. 4 catches, 80 yards. Lions don't throw deep. They rarely get the ball down the field. But tip your cap to Green Bay. I hate to do that sometimes. I'd rather sit here and talk about the Lions, but the Packers had a good game plan and did a nice job today. And they pressured Goff. Wyatt before he got hurt. Micah Parsons, 2.5 sacks. Micah Parsons nearly decapitated Goff on a blindside sack today. I don't know how Jared Goff got up from that, and I don't know how Goff did not fumble that ball. He went right around Taylor Decker like a turnstile. And the Lions defense when they've played well this year under Kelvin Shepard, and it is an improved group, the last couple of weeks, outside of the Thomas Harper interception last week, they're not getting enough takeaways, and they're not getting off the field. And they're not getting enough pressure on the quarterback. And we can sit here and talk about Brad Holmes and what he didn't do this offseason. You want me to talk about it? I guess I can. It's a broken record. The Lions messed up. They don't have enough edge rushers. Al-Qadim Muhammad has been invisible for weeks, and they don't have an opposite edge of Aidan Hutchinson, and they're telling us they don't when they start the game with Hutchinson, Tyleik Williams, DJ Reader, and Alim McNeill's playing edge rusher. And I know the Lions like versatility, and they had Onwuzurike playing edge and tackle last year and all of that. But, Nowaski, Muhammad, who else is out there? O'Connor was, waived injured. Like, they don't have a lot of bodies at edge rusher. Lacey was inactive today. I know he's played a little bit, but they don't call his name's not called. We don't hear Tyler Lacey's name called much. They're not getting enough pressure on. And they're telling you they're struggling at edge when they're starting a defensive tackle at edge. And I know that maybe I didn't hear all of Campbell today. Maybe we like Alim in that spot. We think he can do it. And Davenport played a little bit today, but he wasn't a factor. And he hasn't been a factor in 2 years here. He hasn't been. And I know he's been injured. Just frustrating. All right, we'll hand out some game balls. We will do that coming up next, right here on Locked On Lions.
Today's show is brought to you by our friends over there at Peloton. Look, folks, it's time to break through the busiest time of the year with a brand new Peloton cross-training Tread Plus that's powered by Peloton IQ. It's Peloton's most elevated technology and equipment yet that gives you real-time guidance, and it gives you endless ways to move, whether you want to work out by yourself or if you want to work out with your favorite instructor, like my personal favorite, Alex Toussaint. He always gets me fired up to tackle the day. And the thing I like about Peloton, it helps me achieve more in less times. They have features that help you plan, stay motivated, track your progress, and Peloton IQ also provides personalized workout plans and recommendations. That's something that I use right now during the busiest time of the year covering the NFL. They plan my workouts for me based on my mood, my vibe, and also my favorite instructors. So make sure you check it out and use it, because it also helps you correct your form in real time, and it maximizes your reps. It counts your reps so that you can do it smarter, safer, and more efficient. Let yourself run, lift, flex, push, and go. Explore the new Peloton cross-training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com.
Welcome back. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Locked On Podcast Network. Matt Dery with you, the #1 sports podcast network. This is Locked On Lions. We have been with you for 10 seasons, and there have been some bad ones, all right, that we've done this podcast, going back to Jim Caldwell, the Patricia era, everything else. This Lions team today disappointed all of us. All right. It wasn't a good performance. The defense was on the field for over 80 snaps and an overtime last Sunday, and they looked tired today. You saw Jack Campbell with an uncharacteristic holding call. But this team now has 5 games left. I'm not giving up. I'm not, but they got a hole to dig out of here. And it starts Thursday Night Football on Amazon, 8:20, and I'm sure Fox 2 or Channel 7 will pick it up. The Cowboys are coming in. That's going to be a must-watch again. Dak and that offense is humming right now. If you watch them today against Kansas City, George Pickens is playing lights out. And the Lions likely aren't going to have Amon-Ra St. Brown, who was got rolled over by a couple of his offensive linemen, Awashika and Cologne, on his ankle the first quarter. He's likely going to be out a couple of weeks, which sucks because Amon-Ra's he's the man. But this team's got to find a way now to dig deep and get some wins. And it ain't going to get any easier with Dallas coming and playing well. The Rams look like the best team in the NFC right now. Pittsburgh's no slouch. Minnesota, Chicago. None of these are gimmies. None of them. So today was certainly frustrating for Lions fans at Ford Field on a great day, Thanksgiving, the tradition, the throwback uniforms, and it just didn't work today. Just didn't work today. Game balls. We hand out game balls after each and every contest. As far as game balls today, not many. I mean, Jameson Williams. J-Mo gets a game ball. 7 catches, 144 yards, and a touchdown, including that bubble screen touchdown where he made a man miss. He was electric today. Yes, he had the drop on the 4th down. Again, the ball was a little bit behind him. He was mad at himself. Goff was mad at himself. But J-Mo came to play today. They needed him in a big way, especially with Gibbs kind of being held in check and St. Brown getting hurt. But I thought Jameson Williams had a really, really good game today. And, was a guy that they needed in a big way. I'm giving a game ball, and I know some of you are going to argue with me. I'm going to give a game ball to Brian Branch. But let me point out that Brian Branch on the first Wicks touchdown, the stop and go, the stutter step, I don't know what Branch was doing. Why he just stopped running and Wicks caught the ball down the left sideline made no sense to me. Other than that one play, Branch was all over the field today. 10 tackles, 7 solo, 2 passes broken up. I thought he played a really good game other than that touchdown where he stopped running. So I will give him a game ball as well today. Do I give Tom Kennedy a game ball? Well, sure. Why not? 4 catches, 36 yards. Kick returns had a 27-yard average. The punt return, he had a nice 21-yard return today. TK 85 out there for the injured Khalif Raymond and then had to play more when St. Brown was out. Tom Kennedy had a good game today. He was good. Fans were great. You guys were great. You could hear how loud it was. The halftime show with Jack White and Eminem. It was great to see Marshall out there. That was pretty sweet. Like that. But Packers won this game today. A sweep of the Lions. After all these years, the last few years, the Lions have really had Green Bay's number. Not so today. Packers sweep Detroit regular season. And now Lions have some work to do at 7-5. And it starts Thursday night against Dallas. We are back with you on Monday, or actually tomorrow. We'll have more tomorrow on tomorrow's show. Right here, I'll get you the PFF grades and more here on the Locked On Lions. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy it with your family the rest of the evening. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.